Hello, and welcome to all new and returning viewers to the 7th episode of the Herwoodian Crafter podcast. I'm Jutta, I'm coming to you from Tampere, Finland, and this is my podcast about knitting, crocheting, spinning, and all kinds of crafting. You can find me on Ravelry as jkurkkari and on Instagram as Herwoodian Crafter. My private account on Instagram is jkurkkari2, but unless I've had some personal contact with you, I won't be accepting you as a follower on that account. But you're more than welcome to follow me on the Herwoodian Crafter account. We also have a Ravelry group. It's Herwoodian Crafter I think just Herwoodian Crafter, but it hasn't had any progress so far, so there's not much content in there at the moment. It's been about 2 weeks since I last recorded. Tour de Sock has begun, so I have a few finished objects to share with you. So yeah, let's dive right in. The first stage socks on Tour de Sock were these. These ones. These are, the pattern is called fins, unfortunately not with two N's, meaning the Finnish people, but fins as in the fins on a fish. I knit these up with 2.5mm needles. The yarn is my own hand dyed yarn, 75 wools, 25 nylon. And the designer is Sara Bordellon, which is at least one, if not the only one, that is making Tour de Sock happen. So, very lovely. When I first saw the pattern, I was kind of on the fence. I didn't really I wasn't in love with the pattern. But these were fun to knit up, and the construction was really interesting. So basically, these are toe-up socks, and instead of an afterthought heel, you do an afterthought leg. So basically, you start by knitting up this, and then you put the stitches from here on waist yarn, and then you knit the heel, and then you take the waist yarn out, pick up the stitches and do the leg. So what I did was I knit up one foot and then the other foot, and then I did the leg of the sock two at a time, just so I would get them exactly the same. I usually really don't like doing afterthought anything, but it was a fun experiment and I'm really happy I tried it. These fit quite well, so I wouldn't mind doing it again. The only thing is that the fins up here, I hate it doing. It seems so fiddly. So basically it's done as short rows basically. So you kind of, so you do one fit at a time. It's basically like, at the most it's like something like 6 stitches, and you do it like this, and it was way too fiddly for my taste, and I don't particularly like how it looks either. These won't stay up properly, they look a bit kind of I don't need my socks to be polished, but this just looks kind of sloppy, and I'm not sure I like that. So I might kind of rib back and just do a rib to the cuff. These took, I knit these up in something like maybe 5 days. And I think my pair was the something like 237th pair, so I don't think that's too shabby, since I really am not competing, even though there's a small part of me that wants to. Kind of feels like well, yeah, there's a small part of me that wants to, but the reality is that it just doesn't make sense for me to try and compete right now, since I have to be up with the baby. Well, baby, he's starting to be a toddler. He's starting to walk. So, but anyway, he's so active at the moment that I really need to take care and have enough sleep. So there's really no chance of me to knit through the night, even though I kind of want to, and I probably would be successful, but I would be a zombie the next day, so it's not worth it. Okay, and the next pair I finished in 4 days. So these were finished on Saturday night, and these are the Kanteletar. It's the designer is the same one that designed the Priha socks, which were the to the sock warm-up pattern. So the same designer, and these are kind of Kanteletar is a reference to the Finnish national epoch Kalevala. It's kind of Kanteletar is kind of a similar. I hope I'm not completely remembering incorrectly, but it has to do with Kalevala. I've never read Kanteletar, so I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong, but it's from what I understand, Kanteletar it has the same kind of a feel to it than Kalevala. I'm not sure if the people that the kind of characters in it, if they're the same, I don't know, but if I've understood correctly, Kanteletar has more of a female book. That's how I understand it, because Kanteletar, the tar is usually added to a woman or a female character or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not explaining myself very well, but anyways, this colorwork section is very kind of has a very Karelian feel to it, which is, as far as I know, the point. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm liking the colors, but I will wear these. These were cuff down socks. I knit these with 2.25 and the colorwork in 2.75 millimeter needles. And these I did kind of I did this concurrently by a bit of an accident. I started with this folded edge, and then I need the Latvian braid. The cast on was a provisional cast on, which I've never done, and I've never done Latvian braids either, so two new techniques for me. And since I had never done Latvian braids before, I thought I'd do both of these before I forget how I've done it. And since I think there was kind of the point that the Latvian braids were supposed to be in different directions, so this one is basically that way, and this one, and the ones in this sock are that way. So just so I would remember how I did it, and that they would be right. I'm not sure if it's a big mistake if they were going the same direction, but just to get them right. So basically I did until this with the one sock, and then I did the other sock, and then I knit the leg and heel with one sock, and then the other sock, and you probably know what I mean with concurrent. But why it went so kind of fittingly as a concurrent pair was because I only have one 2.25 circular needle and one 2.75. So basically when I was done with using 2.25, for example, it was only natural to kind of so how am I gonna explain this so I don't get it messed up a lot? So basically when I was in the point that I had two of this part, I left the 2.75 needles on one cuff and then continued with the 2.25 on the other sock. Then when I didn't need, I was over here and I needed the 2.75s. I transferred the 2.25s to this sock and the 2.75s to this sock, and then just because I need this one, and then I need the colorworks and then the toes. So it just kind of went in a very kind of flowy way to knitting them concurrently. I think I might at some point knit the Kanteletar socks again with colors that I prefer more, but who knows, we'll see. Then moving on to whips. I have 3 new whips, and I haven't worked on the previous whips very much. Nothing to show you, nothing worth showing to you. But I don't remember why I took the Novita magazine out, but I did, and I flipped through it and saw a bamboo tunic pattern that I absolutely adored when I first saw it, and it's still so beautiful. So I'll just show the picture to you first. I really like how this shirt looks, and I felt so kind of, since I had the breathing space done, I felt like there was room for me, even though I do have many whips and I don't need any more. But I was kind of looking at this and thinking about it, and I've showed it to you on maybe the 2 first episodes, the bamboo shirt that I was knitting and that I didn't have a pattern for. I was kind of just making it up as I went along. I hadn't touched it since the first few episodes at least. So I felt like maybe it would be worthwhile to just frog it. And I did, and I've had quite a lot of it, quite a good amount of it, of the new bamboo shirt started. It looks a bit messy since there's so many yarns in here. Let me just do this. So basically, this is what I have done so far. I have a little bit of, even at this point, kind of a yarny chicken feeling, but I might not do the long sleeves. I had a look of the yarn quantities, and I'm not sure I have enough yarn to make the complete pattern, but I think this would look okay as a short-sleeved shirt, so it might be okay. This is also done in pieces, so you would have to knit up first the back piece and then the front piece and then the sleeves, and I really dislike sewing pieces together. Some people like it, some people might not like it but like the end result better, but I'm lazy, and you may have noticed that I don't like weaving in ends, or and I'm ADHD with my projects. So the less I have to do once the main knitting is done, the better. And the more chance I have it to wear actually as a piece of clothing. So I'm knitting this in the round, and the first rounds seemed really long, since I had what was it, over 300 stitches, but it's kind of getting smaller as I knit it, so yeah, I need to kind of now that I've done the stage 2 socks, I need to get back knitting on this, because I really want the end result, as I do with the Edie shirt, but this has kind of jumped in front of the Edie sweater, because it's mainly to do with having 5 skeins on the Edie shirt, and also with the feel of the linen yarn. At the moment it doesn't call out to me to knit me, please knit me. So this is much more kind of preferable at the moment. The needles are 4mm zings, and this is the Herwoodian bamboo blend yarns. Yes, so let's put this off here. Then I started just yesterday. Last time I recorded, I had bought this. This is a Shopper Wool Sauberball yarn, and this is just a few rounds so far, but this is the Fancy Zebra pattern by Melissa Clulow. It's a cowl. I'm not sure if I like this at the moment, but yeah, I hope I said it. This is gonna be a cowl, but this is just kind of a small beard. And I'm really surprised that I'm actually really liking how the color fades. So this is kind of a stronger pink at the bottom, and it's slowly fading out to white, and then I think after that it will either be back to the pink, or looks like back to the pink, and then there will be some green in there as well. So hoping this will be lovely, but we'll see. Another thing you might have picked up by now is that I really don't mind ripping back or frogging projects to make something new. I don't mind. Then the last thing, there is a small crochet project which hopefully will someday be featured in my future Etsy shop. I'll be talking about the Etsy shop a little bit later, but I'm kind of wanting this to be very small notions pouch. So very surprising colors. The theme, of course, unsurprisingly, is Hufflepuff because I'm a proud Hufflepuff, and I'm kind of irritated that there is so little Hufflepuff themed things on sale. I'm not talking about Etsy. I haven't had a big kind of a look through Etsy because I'm afraid that I will just lose my mind and buy everything. But anyways, in many places I've seen selling Harry Potter themed products or shirts or whatever. There's a shortage of Hufflepuff themed things, and if I can help it, of course I'm gonna change that. But yeah, basically I'm gonna make this something like maybe 15 centimeters long, and this is the piece is 15 centimeters wide, like this, and then just flip it in half, and then there will be a zipper up here, and yeah. But yeah, for this I did buy some new crochet yarn. I said in the last episode that I wasn't gonna buy any more yarn, and basically I think I've been really good, since these two are the only yarns I've bought in 2 weeks, which is kind of not amazing, but it's okay for me. I usually I'm a bit bad, but yeah, I bought those, but we're kind of segueing into acquisitions, because these are the only two yarns that I've bought, and then I bought 2mm crochet hook. Another, I talked about this one once before, another kind of crochet hook. This previously I talked about these are Knit Pro Soft Touch or something like that, and I talked about how I like the handle on this, but that the part between the needle and the handle is a little bit too long, because I tend to have this kind of a setup. So I hold the project in this hand, and then I kind of rest my hand on the other hand, and then the needle kind of, I have a pencil hold, and the needle just kind of goes in here. This is a little bit too long for that. I got used to it, it's not a problem, but basically the difference between these two needles is non-existent. This part is the same length, and I feel like this is a little bit too grippy for my hand, so it kind of, it's not ideal. It's still not my perfect crochet hook, but hey, at least now I know. I've tried it. Yeah, so those were the whips I have to talk about you. Those are the whips I have to talk about with you this week and this time. And I haven't dyed anything, and I haven't sewn anything. So, but I have spun things. So last time I shared with you my first hand spun, which was this fat little mealworm, and since then I have 2 small skeins that I'm quite happy with. So this is the next one. The fiber is the same, and yeah, there's a lot more of it. It's a lot more even. It's still really thick and thin. There's, for example, there is kind of a blob, and then at points it's really kind of lovely and even, but at times it's really uneven. But you can see the progress. And then after, this is the last that I had, and the last fiber that I spun from the fiber that I got from the spinning class. And then this is the BFL that I bought from that class. I'm really starting to understand why people love BFL. This is so soft. It's so unlike the wool I'm used to. This is so lovely and soft. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be itchy next to skin, and this is just so very soft. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. This is only 25 grams of about 100 grams of fiber that I bought in this color. It's really blowing out in on screen, but it's really a lovely kind of deep fuchsia color. It's a little bit more red. It's really not coming out, but it's a lovely color, and I'm quite happy with how this is 2-ply, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the rest as a single ply or if I'm gonna continue with this and use it for something. I was kind of playing around with the idea that maybe I could use this in the, I talked about in not the last, maybe the one before last, maybe that was maybe the 5th episode, that I talked about doing Isabel Kramer's bubbly sweater for my sister as a graduation gift. So I'm kind of thinking that this may be a lovely color for the color work section. I don't know. I haven't seen is it a fingering weight or a sport weight or what the yarn used for the sweater. So I'll have to have a look see. But again, you can't really tell. Maybe there. It's a bit more even, and I'm really kind of, like with this, I'm not sure I'm ever gonna use this on anything, even though there's quite a good yardage. I think with this I could get something done with this, but with this I really feel like I want it to be something. I'm not sure what yet, but I want it to be something, maybe a cowl or something. I want to use this on something, but I'll have to think about what I'm gonna do with it. Yeah. Then on the subject of yarn diet, yeah, so far the crochet yarn balls, I didn't show you the tag. I had the tag somewhere. Where is it? Riveting podcasting happening right here, just a moment. No, it's inside here. Come out. Yeah, so basically that crochet thread has this kind of a tag. By the look of it, I would say this is Norwegian. Doesn't say in the tag. Or Danish. I think it's Danish. Yeah, average crochet yarn. Hmm. 100 grams per ball. It has around 420 meters. Yeah, But since I bought 2 of those, I'm up 200 grams of yarn. But also with the 2 socks done and the bamboo shirts, what I have in this at the moment is about maybe 150 grams, and the socks weigh 145 grams, so I am down about 150 grams, and will be more since I have no plans on buying anything for the next few weeks. So hopefully I will get a good chunk of knitting done. The next to the sock pattern is coming out, I think it was the 5th of August. So that will be a little bit more yarn out of my stash, and then I'm hoping to get either a good chunk of the bamboo sweater or get back on the Edie shirt. So I would get a good amount done until I record next time. So yeah. Okay, so just a little bit about my plans on the Etsy front. The problem so far has been that I feel I have so many ideas of what I might want to sell there and how I would want the packaging to be, and maybe I should do some paper crafts and have some kind of a thank you card in it, and then I would have a stamp that would be in the labels, and blah, 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 and then maybe I should be kind of looking for the perfect yarn base to sell, and I'm the queen of procrastinating like that, making up excuses on why I shouldn't be doing it yet, what I should be kind of I should get a more polished product. And if I continue doing this, I will never ever have anything to sell, and I will never feel like I'm ready to open up my Etsy shop. So basically what I'm saying is I will just have to start out with something and deal with the fact that it's not perfect, because basically I don't think it ever will be perfect. There will always be something that I could do better, and there will always be something that's I could find out more about where the wool comes to the yarn, and I will. But if I start doing that, it will take me years to sell anything, and it will it just doesn't make any sense. So I have a few balls of yarn that I will dye. I will open up my Etsy shop and just get started, just to get the ball rolling, and just to do it. Because yeah, like I said a few times, if I don't, I will never do it. If I push it off until I have a product I'm completely I won't sell anything I'm not completely happy with, but I will just have to deal with the fact that the packaging might not be what I want it to be at first, or the thank you cards or whatever. I might have the time to do it anyways, because I have no idea when my first sale will be. I have no way of knowing if anyone is going to buy anything I sell. even if I have the things in the Etsy shop, and it might take months, so I might have the time to kind of get the packaging up to what I want it to be before I make any sales at all. So yeah, I just have to get my act together and just try it, just do something. But that being said, today is Monday. We're leaving for Oulu on Wednesday. So, and we're staying there for a week. So there's no sense in me opening the shop now. Even if I did, even if I had something to sell in there, I wouldn't be here to ship the possible hopefully if someone would buy anything, I wouldn't be here to send them off, to ship them off. And yeah, I don't expect to make a sale immediately. If I do, amazing, but I'm not expecting to. But I do have kind of a plan on the timetable. So basically I'm thinking that since I'm updating a podcast on YouTube around every 2 weeks, so there's sometimes there's a little bit of a lag, maybe sometimes it's 3 weeks, but basically since my kind of mental schedule is that I'm uploading an episode every 2 weeks, I'm thinking every other Tuesday is when I'm uploading an episode. So basically on the same Friday, when on the same week that I upload the episode, on that week on a Friday I will do an update on the shop. So basically, just so you know, that basically just for an FYI, that's when there will be new items in the shop. Yeah, this will be a short episode because I'm out of things to talk to you. Well, not out, but that's about everything that I thought I would be talking to you this time. So, thank you so much for spending time with me. If you like the episode, you might consider subscribing so you can keep up to date with when I upload new episodes. And you might also maybe, I don't know, like push the like button on the video on YouTube, and maybe join the Ravelry group, even though there's nothing much to see in there for now. But thank you for your time, and until I see you next time, I hope you have a very good time crafting. Bye bye!